wonderful day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to welcome you to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. And I wanted to share with you all this crazy experiment that I just saw. There was apparently a Black woman who went onto LinkedIn and pretended to be white. And once she pretended to be white, she suddenly got a whole lot of job offers and a lot of opportunities. And it was quite interesting to observe the reaction. Everybody sort of discussed it. It went super viral online, and I understand why, right? Because it's kind of a big deal that this could happen, that somebody could just change their identity, change their race, and suddenly they're getting jobs. And so today I want to talk to you guys about um, the black woman who pretended to be white on Instagram and what happened to her. And it's really interesting. It wasn't Instagram, I'm sorry, LinkedIn. All right. So anyway, do me a favor. Put your thumbs up in the chat if you haven't done it yet. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. Also, just a reminder for those of you that trade stock options with us in the Prime program, I just gave you a fast cash action plan that I plan to implement tomorrow, and you can feel free to go take a look at it and decide if it's for you. It will generate instant cash flow for you with stock options. It's something that we can do relatively comfortably. So anyway, can you hear me? Tay Diggs, I see you in there. Good to see you, brother. And yeah, I am live again. I decided to do this one more time because I'm trying to sort of connect on some stuff before the week begins. Sundays are my only days really to do the things I want to do. The rest of the week is usually pretty jam-packed. All right, so let's talk about this. So apparently there was a black woman who went on LinkedIn, and in this LinkedIn experiment, she get put the image of a white woman there. She also changed her name, I believe, and pretty much gave herself white credentials, whatever that looks like. And surprise, surprise, she found out that suddenly turning white gave her a whole lot of white privilege, and it was kind of this thing where it led to an open discussion that should be had, right? A really important discussion regarding whether or not racism exists in the workforce and whether or not being white with the same credentials means you have more opportunities than if you're black. Now, I want to ask you all a quick question. I would like for you to answer me really quick if you can. Okay, first off, let me know if you can hear me okay. Give me a yes if you can hear me. And the second question I want to ask you is this. Do you believe that there's racism in the workplace? How many of you believe? Give me a yes in the chat if you believe that being black means you're less likely to get the job. Give me a yes in the chat if you believe that being black means you're less likely to get a raise or promotion. Give me a yes in the chat if you also believe that being black means you're not going to get as readily considered for the opportunities that you would get if you were white. So I want to know what you guys think about that, and if you agree that this is the black reality. Okay. All right. All right. So I think the question to ask then is, okay, so with this incident, with this woman who suddenly changed her race from black to white, it's same credentials, suddenly got job opportunities. Um, so you think this is a sign of racism, which I'm going to agree. I'm going to say that I think it is, right? I think it is racist that this person with the same credentials changed her identity and suddenly she got job opportunities. Well, her name was Aaliyah Jones, by the way. That's the person who did the experiment. And she got tired of getting her applications rejected. So she suspected racial bias. So that's when she created the fake LinkedIn profile with the white sounding name and the photo of the white woman. And immediately she started getting opportunities. And she concluded they see me, but they don't. In effect, the change in perceived race in the profile made a big difference. And here's the thing. Here's what I want to sort of bring up to you. Yes or no? How many of you are surprised at all by this result? I mean, are you surprised or not surprised? Did you think that this was gonna happen, not happen? What'd you think? And I bring that up because I really find it really hilarious when people do research and we end up with this sort of water is wet analysis. I'm not making fun of her at all. I'm just because she's young. She probably didn't know. Maybe she just wanted to confirm what she already suspected. I have no idea. But a lot of you may not know this, but I have a friend named Yolanda Spivey who did the exact same experiment 13 years ago. She called it the Bianca White experiment. And in the Bianca White experiment, it went super viral because basically she did the exact same thing. She changed her name from Yolanda to Bianca. And to be funny, the name was White. Her last name was White. And she had the same credentials, everything else. and she noticed that Yolanda's profile wasn't getting any callbacks, and Bianca was getting all kinds of callbacks. And it wasn't LinkedIn that she was on, it was on another job platform, but she had the exact same results, right? Exact same results. So it's not like you just found out that white people don't like you very much. I mean, we've been knowing this, right? It's not like you just discovered, like Christopher Columbus discovered America after people already lived there, which is the weirdest thing ever. It's to me, this is a Christopher Columbus kind of discovery in the sense that your ancestors were already living in that country before you even discovered it. The land of discrimination was a place where your grandma lived, and you act like you discovered it in 2025. Your daddy lived there. But you discovered it in 2025, right? And I'm not making fun of it, I promise you, but I have to be honest and clear when I say, how many times do we have to do this experiment to find out the obvious? Right? How many times does this have to happen? I mean, do we need to do it? Are we gonna rediscover racism in 2050? Is that what the plan is? Is the plan to discover? Then we're gonna discover it in 2065 and say, "Oh my God, this is terrible! I can't believe it. I thought What did you think before you did that experiment?" That's the question I always want to ask: is what did you think? It's almost like when like if you're in a relationship and somebody's cheating on you, and but you already know it. You just need confirmation. I get that, but if you already know it, then and you've already gotten confirmation, why do you keep seeking confirmation over and over again? You keep on seeking confirmation maybe because you don't want to believe it's true. You keep seeking confirmation because maybe you want to believe things have changed. You're seeking confirmation because you heard the baby please, and you fall for the banana in the tailpipe every time, and you think things are different than they were before. Um, I don't live under that illusion when it comes to racism on the job. All the studies in the world pretty much show that when it comes to hiring, people hire people that are similar to themselves. All the studies show that Chinese people love to hire Chinese people, white people love to hire white people, black people love to hire black people, Arabs love to hire Arabs, Jewish people love to hire Jewish people. That's just a reality. And for whatever reason, I think that there's something about being black where you're so in love with white America, you're so in love with the racism, you're so in love with the toxicity that you really want to believe that they love you as much as they love themselves. You really want to believe that if I go to the same university as a white kid, I'm gonna get the same opportunity. If I got the same grades, I'll get the same job. If I have the same amount of experience, they're gonna treat me as if I was white. And I don't understand where that comes from. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to say it too. I don't know where that comes from. I just don't get it. So when she did this experiment, what would have surprised me? The result did not surprise me. What would have surprised me if she gotten any result other than that? If she'd found that the white girl got the same number of queries as the black person, then that would make economic sense. But the truth is, if you know economics the way I do, you know that economics is competition. One of the things that we have yet to really embrace fully in our community is the understanding that mastering your economics and controlling your economics is number one priority that you must have as a people if you want to survive. That you messing around, twerking, and throwing your money in the air and wasting it on European products is the absolute quickest way for you to end up in the midst of financial devastation and misery for your whole entire life, and then to pass that misery down like a financial STD to your children. When you raise your kids and all you teach them is how to go work for white people, you are literally dropping them like little frogs. You're dropping the little frog into the boiling water. You're literally dropping, and then they're screaming in pain, and it's because of us. It's because of you. It's because of me. It's because of what we do, what we choose. There is nothing that I've seen, and I've been studying finance for a long time. I taught my first college class when I was 22 years old, and I ain't been 22 for a minute. And I can tell you, I have not seen anything anywhere in financial research, literature, the news, anywhere that tells me that the world is anything other than extreme economic competition. And sometimes that competition becomes racial. And so when I say what I would say to the young lady who did the experiment is to say, what did you think was going to happen? Like, well, why are you so surprised? Who told you? Who lied to you? Who fed you the fantasy? Who fed you the fantasy that we live in a race neutral, racially unbiased society? Who told you that? Who told you that we live in a colorblind society? Who told you that we live in a post-racial America? Maybe some politician told you that. Maybe a white guy told you that. Maybe your pastor told you that. But I wouldn't have told you that. I would have said, yeah, being black does make a difference. But I would have also stated it in a way that angers a lot of black people. I would say, honestly, some of those people that are going to reject you, they're not even doing it because they hate black people. They're just doing it because they don't have an obligation to love you. Do you understand the difference? Do you understand the difference? Like they may not hate you, but they don't have any obligation to love you. Just like you don't have an obligation to love them. You don't have to go love a Chinese person. You ain't got to love Jewish people. You ain't got to love white people. And a lot of you don't. You just let them live their lives and that's it. For some reason, for us, we really will say things. Think about this. Think about the language. You'll hear people say things like, "Well, I heard he doesn't like black people. He doesn't like black people." And I'm like, since when did you grow up in a world where you think your adversary, your competition is gonna like you? Is that what this is? Is this a like contest, a popularity contest? Are you that emotionally deficient? Did we raise you to be so insecure that first thing you do when you walk up to a competitor in a football game? Imagine if the Dallas Cowboys walked up to the Atlanta Falcons and said, "Do you like me? Do you like us? We hope you like us, because if you don't like us, it's gonna hurt our feelings, and we can't play anymore." Like really, like what in the world? I mean, think about this. I want to ask y'all a serious question. Yes or no? Have you ever heard Chinese people get together and talk about, like, say something like, I heard this black person doesn't like Asian people, or I heard this person doesn't like Chinese people. Like, have you really heard that? I mean, seen that? I haven't seen that. I haven't, like, big marches and rallies against some politician because they find out that they don't like Arabs or they don't like Cubans or something. I just don't see that very often. And maybe it's happened. I'm not saying it hasn't happened before. I'm saying to you, that I don't understand the mindset, right? So because what you're doing when you say, "Do you like me? I need you to like me." What you're also saying is that I need you to like me because I'm dependent on you. Your liking me is the difference between life and death for me financially. So because I know that if you don't like me, that means I'm gonna starve. I can't feed my kids if you don't like me. So I feed off of your acceptance. That is the issue I will always have with integration. Integration was not for the empowerment of black people. Immigration, you were the original you were the original immigrants. That's what you were. You were the original immigrants because they integrated you and you thought they were integrating you because they like you. You thought they integrated you because they wanted to do right by you. You thought they were integrating you so they can empower you. No, think about this. Think about it like this. The new immigrants are from, say, countries like Mexico. Do you think, ask me, give me a yes or no. Yes or no. Do you agree or how do you feel about the statement? Do you think the United States is immigrating millions and millions of people from the south of the border because they want to empower them? Yes or no? Do you think that they're bringing in millions of Mexicans because they want them to be powerful and successful? Do you think they're bringing in millions of Mexicans because they want them to own businesses and have real economic influence in the economy? Do you think they're doing that? Yes or no? Of course they're not. No, they're immigrating people from south of the border so they can get cheap labor. They want cheap. They want they're immigrating them so they can use them. They're like, I need somebody that's gonna cut my grass for $5 an hour. I need somebody that's gonna go shop in my businesses and buy stuff from me. I'm not shopping at their business; they can shop at ours. I need somebody that's gonna vote for me in the next election. We're bringing you. They're bringing them in as a commodity, not as a partner, but as an employee. Not as an equal, as a subordinate. You're not being brought in as the jockey, you're being brought in as the horse. So you were the original immigrant for the most part. Immigration is similar to integration. Same idea. Let's get a bunch of these people that we rejected and bring them in. Million and I'm gonna tell you, Trump is fighting against the immigration thing, but the truth of the matter is it ain't gonna matter because corporations want the immigrants here. Why? So they can extract things from them. That's what capitalism does. It goes around the world and sucks up stuff and eats it up and just sucks it all in. That's what capitalism does. So at the end of the day, I would encourage you to be really careful when you get riled up over studies like that. Like this lady did this study, and I'm not mad at her at all. I think she did the best she knew how to do. But again, because I'm a little older and I've thought about the economics very deeply, I just want to encourage you to consider the fact that there was nothing about that experiment that should shock you. If anything, it should be a confirmation that if you're building on your own, you're doing the right thing. It should be confirmation that if you're black, you must be an investor. You must be an investor. You must go with everyone else and start invading the freaking stock market. Because why? Well, because the stock market is where all the money's at. People who own stock in America have more wealth than other people who don't. People who own stock in America, they don't lose when inflation hits. They win when inflation hits because asset inflation is stronger than the inflation you find at the grocery store. People that own stock, real estate, own businesses, they have power. They can control their destiny. They don't have to wonder if somebody unlike them likes them or not. They can like themselves. So the question should not be whether or not white people like you, because the answer is no, they don't. Most of them as a collective, not only do they not typically like you very much, but they don't need to. They're not supposed to. It's unfair to them for you to sit around and say, because my mother, my father, my community does not give me self-esteem, I need to get it from you. I need to go suck on your nipple because I ain't got no mama. I need to go eat what you got because ain't nobody feeding me. I got to go work for you because nobody in my community cares enough about me to create a business. Instead, self-love should mean economic development that allows for you to protect and provide for the people that you care about. That has to be the next move of the next generation. Because if you don't, then what's going to happen is 50 years from now, some 20-year-old is going to do the same experiment and say, oh my God, I'm so shocked. White people don't hire black people as much as white people hire white people. At what point did you think human beings were going to stop being human? They're not doing it because they're racist. They're doing it because they're people. People tend to have a bias toward people that are like them. In fact, let's do this real quick. Let's do a confession. Let's see how many people, how many of you are honest enough to answer this question honestly. If you have the choice between hiring a black person who is from your hood versus hiring a stranger who's not from your hood, who has nothing in common with you culturally, would you pick the black person? Yes or no? Yes or no? If you have the choice between working with the black person that understands you or working with someone who's not black who doesn't understand you, would you pick the black person? Yes or no? Yes or no? If you have the option to shop with someone and buy their product and from the black person who is just like you and has the same background as you, versus buying from somebody who cares nothing about you, doesn't know you, has nothing in common with you, doesn't look like you or think like you, would you choose the black person? Yes or no? I would say for most of you, the answer is yes. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way. Nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with black people supporting black people. In fact, I believe that if black people supported black people as much as we support white people, then black people would no longer need white people. If we support ourselves as much as we support everyone else, then we don't need everyone else. All we need is each other. We got everything we need. We just have to stop abandoning each other and running for the hills and looking for acceptance, looking for love in all the wrong places. You're looking for love from your abuser. You got Stockholm syndrome. Economically speaking and psychologically and every other way, you got Stockholm syndrome. So if you want me to join your pity party of, oh my God, white people don't like us anymore, I don't join those pity parties. I don't even understand them. I can't. The more you get exposed to the truth and the more you start being honest about the world, the less you fit in with backward culture. That's just the reality. So, I appreciate those of you that hang out with me. I appreciate those of you that lend me your ear and at least hear what I have to say. I don't need anybody to agree with me. I just want to give a perspective and have us still love each other. But I just want to tell you, the more you embrace anything that we talk about here, the more friends you're going to lose, the more you're going to disconnect from the world, the more people are going to think you're trying to be an uppity Negro. And no, I don't want you to be an uppity Negro. I want you to be a confident black woman, a confident black man. I want you to know that all the love you need in the world is right there with you. I see Marcus Garvey's name in the chat. I identify with the Marcus Garveys. I identify with the Dr. Claude Andersons. I identify with the Malcolm X's. I'm not so sure about some of the stuff I saw with the civil rights movement because I think some of it was a setup. I think some of it was a psyop. I think some of it was a little COINTELPRO to keep us weak, scared, and distracted and dependent on white people. I don't believe that that's the healthiest approach to a competitive, highly competitive economic system. I think you can get along with everyone else, work with everyone else, partner with everyone else, but don't you dare get to the point where you're dependent upon the same people that can starve you. The same person that has the power to feed you has the power to starve you. You should not be in a position to be starved by anyone. Absolutely no one. Does that make sense? Let me know if you agree. All right, a couple things I want to mention. Uh, Tomorrow we're gonna have class. If you're not in the class, in the morning class, just text the word morning to the number 87948. So text morning to the phone number 87948. Also, if you want, for those that do stock options with us, I just released a fast cash action plan that I'm going to implement tomorrow. that you can pull money out of the market tomorrow. It's a pretty straightforward thing that I'm going to do with some stock that I'm going to buy tomorrow. And I sent you all the link. And so if you have an interest in stock options with us, text the word options to the number 87948. And you can also join class by going to drboyceprime.com. We have a great stock options community, and it's really a great way to make extra money if you're looking for ways to generate income. It's a really cool thing to do. All right. So anyway, have a good night, everybody. God bless you. And I guess I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Take care, everybody. Love you much.